I did it. I used Neural M Modeler live for Sunday service and nothing catastrophic happened. Even with a pretty full signal chain running one instance of Neural M Modeler, Ableton was clocking in about 35% CPU usage. But being processor light was not the best thing. The best thing is that everything in this signal path was free, and I'm going to show you how to build it from scratch. Let's lay the groundwork. Firstly, I'm not going to be using NAM's standalone mode as I won't be able to load up other effects. I'll be using Ableton Live as the foundation upon which I'll be adding other plugins before and after the NAM profile for dry and wet effects. Secondly, I'm not going to use compression. Let me explain. Compression in a laptop guitar rig is a funny thing. As previously mentioned in my NAM live rig video, I like the sound of the NAM profiles when they're running with higher input gain. At that point, the NAM profile is reaching edge of breakup or has been captured at a high enough amp gain such that the tone is naturally compressed. Relevant side note, I'm old enough to remember a time when compressors on guitar rigs were optional. We would be playing at such high volumes that even the power amp would break up and compress, and that takes a loud signal to do that. Thirdly, you should already have Mercuriall and Valhalla DSP plugins installed and ready to load. If you need a setup tutorial on where to download them and how to install them, as well as setting up a virtual MIDI bus in case you wanted to use MIDI notes for automation, go and check out my previous video that I'll link here and in the description box. First and foremost, we're going to load up an instance of Neural Amp Modeler, and I'll go with something that already has some gain capture in it, like the Tone Junkie BC30 on the EF86 channel. I'll load up an IR of choice, and we get a dry amp sound like this. I'll next load up a simple post-amps wet section first to hear how the profile reacts in its current state with some delay and reverb. For this, I'll have one instance of the Valhalla Freq Echo and the Supermassive after the Neural Amp Modeler. Let's have a quarter note delay set at 22% mix, 50% feedback. And let's load up the small and wide preset. Now that I'm done tweaking the basic tone, it's time to start thinking about the shades of gain and ambience that I want to have at my disposal. Tone Junkie's profiles are so good that when I have an overdrive on, I can vary the gain between crunch and lead just with my guitar volume knob. So I only have to load up one instance of Mercuriall's Greed Smasher overdrive, tweak it for lead, and then find the sweet spot for crunch. Turn this down, turn this up, and turn this up. And this being a Sunday service tone, a dotted eighth delay is necessary. So I load up a second instance of the Freq Echo and set it in between the overdrive and Neural Amp Modeler. This means that the delays are going to be crunched up by the NAM profile, which is the cheat code to getting a modern praise and worship tone. Since NAM runs in mono, I'll disable stereo processing on this Freq Echo and set it to mono. if you want to set up that deep ambient swell tone, I found an excellent preset in Valhalla, the Forever Verb in the SFX Quasar section. There's no need to load up multiple plugins with parameter changes as you would expect in a traditional pedal board. Just load up one more instance of Valhalla and navigate to this preset. What do you think of that sound? Let me know in the comments if this is a Strymon killer. And there you have it, a completely free signal chain with overdrive, delay, reverb, and amp cap sim, all the elements you need for the Sunday service. I didn't build it in the demo section, but Valhalla also has a modulation plugin that sounds absolutely killer and is also 100% free. Now that you've set up the signal chain, how are you going to control it live on stage? I have a previous video here going into detail how to set up a virtual MIDI bus, 2 signal chains of different effects, and being able to automate between them using MIDI notes. If you're looking for a challenge, I'll see you there. Until next time, I'm Justin, and I'm all about worship guitar.